Imagine a dismal setting in France in the early 1800s. Then imagine a story of love, war, politics, and justice.
And a quest for fighting for what you believe in.
For scenic designer Brian Mulgrave, the quest is to bring the storylines to life through the scenery.
There are situations like a sewer, there's a factory, there's an inn, there's an actual barricade, and with our approach with the scenic design, we're actually gonna make everything combine into one unit setting.
Brian works closely with artistic producer Rod Lansbury.
We've got stars up in the proscenium area and on the sides, and then it all kind of falls into how all of this cobblestone work and all of our patterns are going. And then I'll try and mimic that inside of the barricade.
We talk back and forth, how do we create the barricade, the different locations in France. We're working on some ideas that I think our audiences will find fascinating, but yet fits what we do here.
For those who've seen the touring version of Les Mis, the Arvada Center's design will take a novel approach.
And I want to make them kind of like organized chaos.
Good. I want to keep it as minimal as possible. I just don't want tons of scenery, coming in, rolling around and doing all that stuff. And if there's a way that everything can come out of the barricade, that will be ideal for me.
With that in mind, Brian's design will have to let the actors themselves make the subtle scene changes.
Everything's already going to be on stage, and the actors are going to be pulling bits and pieces from the barricade to create these different locations. We're looking at making the barricade visually stunning and also having the barricade help us to give different levels for the actors and create different stage pictures. And a bit of that visual interest will help too in incorporating entrances and exits throughout the barricade. For instance, there's a scene going down into the sewer with our production, and we're actually going to create an entrance into the sewer through the barricade that goes down underneath our stage into the traps.
With a theme as dramatic as that of Les Mis, every detail will help set the mood.
What I was thinking too then, color-wise, whatever you go into, if it could be color, in parts of this, but then it goes to black and whites and grays and into black. Does that make sense?
What we're really going for is capturing a mood of destruction and sorrow and helplessness. Most of the characters in the play are going through a journey where they're either able to make their lives better or they actually end up not getting very far.
By midsummer, Brian was on a third set of sketches, each one refining the last, solving another challenge, and getting closer to the finished look.
And then we go through a series of technical drawings, which will include ground plans and sections and then front elevations. And then from there, the shop takes that from me and puts it into the computer and turns it into rear elevations so that they can kind of turn the set inside out and then begin the construction.
That will be when everything Brian and Rod have dreamed up gets crafted from wood, metal, or faux materials.
We'll probably be creating a lot of faux cobblestone out of things like styrofoam, and all of those are going to be incorporated into this barricade to really enhance that mood of destruction.
And it all has to actually fit into the barricade to make the design concept work.
So going through construction drawings and front elevations, we need to keep all of those dimensions in mind and really kind of pack everything in really tightly. So it's kind of like a compartmentalized version of what a barricade might be. But we need to keep in perspective of how easy it's going to be to store everything and pull everything out, just so that we can keep the flow of the show going and so that we can keep that momentum and supply that visual interest at the same time.
For all its innovation, the Arvada Center's Les Mis set will keep one familiar touch from the Broadway version, the iconic image of young Cosette's face superimposed over a French flag image. But even this will be a tradition with a twist.
We're going to use a French flag that's kind of dilapidated and has holes in it, and we're going to lower that and use it as a projection screen to help indicate time and place. And because people are so familiar with that image, we're going to incorporate that image into that projection screen as well, so that when people walk into the theater, they'll immediately kind of recognize that.
4 weeks of construction, a lot of heart and imagination will soon take audiences into the world of 18th century France.
I just think this is a fantastic show to start the season off with for the Arvada Center, and it's going to provide a great experience for the audience and everybody who works here, and I'm just really proud to be part of it.
Again, the countdown is on. Les Mis opens September 16th. For ticket information, check their website at arvadacenter.org or call the box office at 720-898-7200.